mean, last time I was here, it was awesome. We had a really good time. And then since I've been here, Paul, can you play the clip, please?
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh,
There's
you
a
mean-
clip?
Just play the clip.
You mean from Hard Knocks?
Just play the clip, Paul.
2 days, hit it.
Just play the clip.
Hey, the philosophy of this squad is off the field, we're good-ass dudes. We're nice guys, we do the right thing. On the field, when you step on the field, you're the baddest on the planet. And together, we're the baddest team on the planet. And that's the way we're gonna attack every day.
Jeez,
I don't care who walks into our building.
I haven't heard this
I don't care
since I
whose
haven't heard
building
this
we walk
since I did
into.
it.
We're the baddest
This is-
out there.
I understand you didn't
Texas
like
on
this,
three.
Dan.
1, 2, 3, Texas!
Okay.
You came at me hard this year, Dan.
Now there's
You
something
came at
else
me
here.
hard.
Here we go.
It's like you're on a roller coaster.
With your kid on swings. Woo!
Yeah. Off the field, we're good dudes. Yeah, Paul.
We're going to help old effing ladies across the street. We're going to look both ways at the crosswalk like nobody's business. We're going to pay our taxes on time.
We're going to effing stop at a stop sign. Don't roll and do that. You hear me?
We're going to have a
Maybe I-
nutritious,
Oh, no, there's-
balanced diet like
there's
nobody's
more.
effing business.
We're gonna eat all our vegetables.
We're going to have 3 effing square meals a day.
We're going to children's hospitals.
Going to church. And we're buying Girl
All right.
Scout cookies. You effing hear me?
8 effing hours sleep.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, okay. I understand why you might have a problem with us. But it's
I deserved it. That's good.
It's great to effing see you, though.
Yeah,
it
no,
really
it's great
is.
to
Yeah,
have
it's
to see
great
you
to
too, man. It's great. It's good.
Had you not heard that?
You're a good effing dude, Dan.
You had not heard that?
No. You think I watch your show, Dan?
Well, that's HBO. That's Hard
Oh,
Knocks.
no. Yeah, I didn't watch the show.
You did not.
No, I lived it. It was terrible.
Well, I warned you that you.
Well, I
are
mean,
you
what do
sure
you
you
want
want
me
to
to
do
do?
it? You could have just said.
yeah. They came and asked me, Dan.
Well, you could have said I don't want to be in it, couldn't you?
No, you can't say that.
You can't.
It's the whole team.
Yeah, but you're the star of the team. They
Yeah,
over
so
focused on
obviously
you.
they're going to put focus on you.
They should have. You should have said, "Look, I'll give you a little
There were
bit."
a lot of times where I said you're not allowed to film me.
Really?
Yeah, I was only I think we only allowed them to put a microphone on me like once every 3 days or something like that because obviously they you want every day.
And that's the one we had fun with.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Yeah, when I
But
Right.
did you hear from your parents like
No, I-
language?
once so this is how it happened. So I gave that speech. I turned around to walk out of the huddle, and I was like, oh man, because I saw the camera
saw the
right
camera.
there. So I literally went back to my locker, texted my mom. I said, I'm just going to let you know it's going to be
It's not going to be
it's
good.
going to be it's going to be a little interesting this week on Hard Knocks. And they don't actually bleep it out on the show, do they? They let it fly.
Yeah, I think they
It's
did.
HBO,
right,
right?
Paul?
They bleep a lot of it out, like
Okay.
if it's over the
That's
top.
good. Okay, yeah, that was over the top. I'll take that one.
You're the only guest I will ask the following.
Okay,
How's your groin?
it's doing all right.
It is.
Man. It's doing
It
all
is.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
But have you had surgery before? Any
No.
other place?
No, I've
That's
not.
your first surgery.
It's my first surgery.
Oh, okay. So I was going to see if you could compare that with a knee or shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Do you have to take a Sharpie and mark which side of the groin? Like when you do knee surgery,
Right.
They give me a Sharpie and I had to
Right.
mark my knee.
Right. No, I have both sides done.
Oh, both?
I had a lot done. I actually have 6 incisions. So yeah, there's a lot going on down there.
And you had
It's not good down there right now, Dan. It is not good.
All right.
I'm just gonna tell you.
Show us. Show us.
Let's see. Let's see. No, it.
Show us your effing groin. Let's go.
No, it ended up being a bit more extensive than we planned originally. So there was more wrong than we thought, and
Wow.
it turned out to be. But I have great people taking care of me, so they're doing a really good job.
And you had a lot of nurses who volunteered to help you.
Incredible amount of
That's
nurses. Dan.
nice.
Yes. Did you realize how many qualified healthcare professionals there are? It is awesome.
Were there going to be house calls here?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like house calls,
Late
hotel
night?
calls, whatever you need. If you need a groin massage, guys, just go to my Twitter feed. There's people offering them up left and
There
right.
you go, Fritzy. Right up your
I'm all
alley.
over that. I know what I'm doing right after
He
this.
doesn't even have a bad groin.
Yeah.
All right. So
What's going on?
it's been fun. Been crazy. Been a little goofy here.
Yeah.
Have you? Did you see Blake Bortles read his
I
draft
did.
profile?
I did.
Okay.
Do you have one for me?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
McLovin printed out. Now, just so you know, these aren't ours. These were actual scouts who wrote this about you.
Okay.
So right before the draft, Reed your profile, J.J. Watt profile.
These are long. Okay. Won't consistently get the edge on tackles with his get off or quickness.
Whoops.
That means I'm slow. Plays high at times, can be blown off the ball by a double team, but does fight hard to hold his ground. I do fight hard to hold my ground.
Okay,
man.
all right. That's all right.
Lacks
That's
some
a
lateral,
backhanded comment.
Yeah, lacks some lateral mobility, both rushing the passer and playing in space.
Read the one on the bottom.
His recognition skills leave something to be desired.
I think they just called you dumb, is what they did. That's mean.
That's a knock on the old noggin. He flashes good hand usage at times, but needs to get stronger at the point of it. Do I need to get stronger?
Oh my God, Seton.
Do I need to get
Does
stronger?
JJ need to get stronger?
No. I'm entering the concussion protocol as we speak here, so I might have to sit out the rest of this.
We're gonna get the unaffiliated person in here. He needs to gain some more weight to fill out and to continue to learn how to use his hands effectively. Can you imagine what I could do if I learned how to use my hands effectively?
Wow.
He won't ever be a stud pass rusher.
That was
I
real.
only wish I could be one. I only wish. But he could still stand to learn some pass rush moves beyond his bull rush and occasional swim to the inside if a tackle opens his. Who wrote this?
Paulie, do you know who wrote about he'll never be a good?
Do you want me to bring him out if he was in the
Who
back?
wrote this? That would be fantastic.
I'll get the name for you.
I could learn. I need to learn.
Yeah.
I need to learn some things, Dan.
But the perception in reality, though, with the draft and trying to prove yourself,
Right.
I mean,
It's.
was there a stereotype going in of you? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know the stereotype. Everybody here knows the stereotype.
so you were high motor.
I was a high motor guy. I was a
Works hard.
gym rat.
Yeah.
Works hard. Student of the game.
Oh.
Not overly athletic, but will grind it out. That's just the way it goes. And you know, I can understand why people talk like that because you got hundreds and hundreds of prospects you have to talk about, and people want to read about. But at the end of the day, you can't peg every single guy and try and act like you know what he's going to be or how he's going to be.
Who was going to draft you in your mind?
I had thought that I would go anywhere from the Cowboys at number 9 to the Chargers or the Patriots at, I think, like 17, 18. That was kind of the range that I had thought in my mind.
But when you said to your parents, or they probably asked you, who do you think is going to draft you?
I said the Chargers, and I think they were at number 17 or 18.
So when your name got called, what did you know about Houston?
What happened when I got drafted, it was kind of a cool moment because I'd been training out in Arizona with guys, and Blaine Gabbert was one of the guys I trained with, and he got picked 10th right before me. And the Jacksonville picked him, and so I walked over to his table, and I congratulated him and said, good job. My agent tugged me on the shirt, and he said, hey, you might want to sit down. And so I went over, sat down, the phone rang, and Texans drafted me. And if you had asked me before the draft who I thought would draft me, the Texans would have been 30 or 31, 32.
But do they hide it?
So my defensive line coach was Bill Kolar with the Texans, and he was the one. So you meet with people at the Combine, and I met with Bill Kolar at the Combine just in passing in the train station in Indy. And he came up to me, he goes, you think you play hard, don't you? And I was like, well, yeah, I think I play pretty hard. And he goes, I'm going to tell you right now, you're one of the laziest players I've ever seen. And I was like,
Wow.
well, I'm not going to Houston, Texas.
So he's telling that. How do you process that? Where you're saying, okay, this guy just got my face and said that.
Right. Well, you're trying to think in your head. You're like, okay, they taught me some of these draft things, and these guys are going to try and get inside your head. So, is there am I supposed to answer that some certain way, or so I was like, no, I think I play pretty hard.
But
you're the laziest player I have ever seen.
What did you say to him, or what did he say to you when you got to Houston?
He said, remember what I told you at the Combine? I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to get that out of you.
He still thought you were.
Oh, yeah. But then as the years, so for my first year in the league, I couldn't stand the guy. Like we like butted heads, and I really didn't really enjoy it at all. But as the year went on and as I got to know him and understand what he was trying to do and how he was trying to push me, I love the guy to this day. And we talk, he's a coach of the Broncos now, but we talk almost weekly. He's an incredible guy. I love him to death, and I really appreciate what he did for me. He helped push me to an entirely new level.
JJ's joining us on behalf of Papa John's. We'll talk about that promotion when we come back. Also, his thoughts on Cam Newton. People don't seem to have a problem if JJ celebrates, but they do with Cam. We'll talk about that. Also, we'll talk about that cabin, that little small cabin that he goes to.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man, that little cabin you go to. Man, you rough it, dude.
Yeah, man.
You rough it,
Rocky
dude.
style, baby.
Yeah. Now he's saying, oh, you guys are so rough on me. It's like a Shark Tank in here.
I'll just keep it real, Dan.
Your draft profile said overly sensitive to criticism from radio shows.
Well, that's one area of my game I haven't ironed out yet, Dan.
How do you process criticism though now? Because you're accomplished.
Over the course of my career, it has completely changed. I used to take it very hard. I used to read everything, every article, everything, and see it all. And over the course of the last year, and then especially over the course of the last few months, I've really kind of taken on the role of I really don't care what people say. And it's almost difficult to do because there's so much out there between Twitter and Facebook and all the articles you read, and everybody has an opinion. But I've just kind of gotten to that point in my career where I'm like, you can't please everybody. There's no chance you're going to make everybody happy. So just do whatever you want to do. And if people don't like it, heck with it.
But you realize how this goes, that you come from, you're discovered, and then you start to be built up, and then you get to a certain point, and then they start to tear you down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not a very long time period. And Cam Newton's realizing this now.
Yep.
Steph Curry's going to realize this
Absolutely.
now. How are you going to you realize that's happening now.
Yeah,
so now
absolutely.
you're doing too many commercials.
Right.
He celebrates his sacks. And,
Right. It took me a while to get to the point where I understood what was fully happening, because for a little while there, you don't really understand. You're like, I'm doing everything I've always done. Why are people just now starting to have a problem with it? But that's kind of the way it goes. It's kind of like the rise. People like to see a guy succeed that they didn't think was going to succeed, and they love to see the rise. But then once you get to the top and more people start to like you, then people are like, well, I liked him first. Now I don't like him anymore because he's changed. Well, I haven't changed a single bit. I'm still the same guy, but more and more people like you, more and more people want to tear you down.
But it's like a band. That when we find a band and then they're ours,
Right.
and then they get big,
Right.
then all of a sudden we don't like them anymore.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So you're like a boy band.
How would you handle that, Dan?
I would do less if I were you.
Okay.
I would consciously say I'm going to do less and spread it out over a longer period of time.
Okay.
But it's hard to pass it up.
Absolutely.
You don't know how much is too much.
Right.
And I'm sure you've passed up a lot of
Insanely
opportunities.
amount, right.
Yes. I would. You have to pick wisely, and how often do the commercials run?
Right.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because Peyton, I think people got turned off that Peyton was doing all these
Right.
commercials.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a delicate balance there.
Absolutely. It's incredibly delicate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different things at play. People, there's so many different things that come along with everything that happens that I don't think people sometimes fully understand all the different things that go into what this life. And I think that's kind of why I've taken on that mentality where I'm just going to be me. I'm going to do what I do. And if people don't like it, they don't like it, because I've noticed that people don't like you even if you if you do everything the right way. So it doesn't matter.
Well, when you get criticized for taking a picture with your grandmother.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going,
what do you want me to do? Yeah. Look at this guy. Wow. What a hardo. He's taking a photo of his grandma. Wow. I bet he worked out right afterwards. No way.
He should be working out, not walking old ladies.
Yeah, seriously. God, talking about being a good guy and all.
How dare he?
How dare he? But no, I mean, it's part of it, and it's fun. Passionate fans are fun, and it's good. So I'm learning to live with the punches. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like over the years there haven't been points where I'm like, I don't understand why these people don't like me. I don't understand. Because I'm a human, and it has affected me at times. So you just learn to live with it, and now I really don't care.
Speaking of which, you're joining us on behalf of Papa John's.
Right.
If you do you want me to do the plug here, and then you can fill in the?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll fill it in.
All right. So starting Monday, following the Super Bowl, Papa John's, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 50, will launch its quality guarantee. Papa John's guaranteeing that you will love your pizza, and if you don't, you tell them why and get another one absolutely free. Go to papajohns.com/guarantee for more info. Also, Monday following Super Bowl 50, customers get one large pizza up to 5 toppings for just $9.99.
It's a quality guarantee. It's tough to pass up. They believe in their product so much that they're willing to tell you if you don't like it at all, you call us and tell us why.
Can they
and
call
we'll
you?
send you another one.
They can call you?
They cannot call me.
They
Dan.
cannot call you.
call me directly.
Can they Instagram
I do call
you?
some Papa John's customers though. that is one thing I actually do enjoy. So over the last year, we had this program in Houston where 10% of every Tuesday's sales in the Houston area went to my charity, and it was awesome. We raised almost $400,000 last year for my charity. It was crazy. But every Tuesday, there's one winner, and so I get to call that winner every Tuesday and have a 5-10 minute conversation with them. And then at the end of the year, we had a pizza party, and that was awesome because there were some stories where I'd call a person. One week it's just a 2-minute call saying thank you, but then there was one week where this person got the phone call from me, and they told me a story about how they had just lost their brother. I believe it was their brother to cancer, and this call was a pick-me-up that they didn't see coming, but they absolutely needed. And so you fall into these stories that you never even realized were possible, and so that little phone call made that person's day and kind of picked them up after a tough situation. So it was really cool.
I'm sure you still got criticized for.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This guy calling fans. Yeah,
Get back in the gym.
God, why don't you work out for your next practice, man? Practice your speeches.
Why do we have a problem, or why do people appear to have a problem with Cam Newton? Maybe it's older. Maybe it's a generational thing that Cam Newton has fun. Why is that all of a sudden this is a topic?
I don't know. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Because football is a game. It's an entertainment business. Football is fun. It's supposed to be fun. At the end of the day, people pay money to go sit in the stands and watch a product on the field that is entertainment based. So I don't understand why a guy gets to the end zone and he celebrates with his teammates, with the fans. How is that bad? What's wrong with that? The thing that cracks me up, I was talking about this earlier today, is people want to talk about act like you've been there before. Just hand the ball to the ref and go to the sideline. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get there? I have been there before. I know how hard it is to get there. So heck yeah, I'm going to celebrate. It's so darn hard to score a touchdown or to get a sack. And what I would say is, if you don't like it as a defensive player, when you get a sack on him, you absolutely have the right to either mock his dance or do your own dance. That's the way football works. It's a competition. So if you get the best of me, you go celebrate. If I get the best of you, I get to celebrate. That's just the way it works. That's competition.
You ever had a problem with somebody celebrating while, against your team?
I mean, of course you don't like it, but I'm not gonna. There's nothing wrong with celebrating. I don't unless you're actively berating or belittling another guy. I don't think that celebrating is a problem.
You got a pick? Do you care who wins the Super Bowl?
I really don't, but I think that I was coached by Kubiak and his staff and Coach Phillips and obviously Coach Kolar, who we talked about. And so I think that those guys were incredible to me my first couple of years in the league. So I think it'd be awesome to see them get a title under their belts. Just really good guys. Coach Kubiak's one of the best guys I've ever met.
Did you get Peyton?
Have I sacked Peyton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Is that where he sort of sees you coming and he falls down?
No, I got him a couple times.
Oh, you did?
I got him. I got him, I think, 3 times in 2012.
Because if he comes back, maybe you could do this where you sack him and you say, "Special delivery from Papa John's, dude."
Dude, could you imagine?
I mean, there you go.
Seriously,
there you go.
What better?
I'm just writing scripts here for you.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So, yeah.
Did you get Cam Newton?
I think maybe me and Peyton would make a deal where, like, hey, if I sack you, I get one of your stores.
Oh,
that'd be a good deal.
He's got a few of them.
Yeah, so I think that'd be fine. Have I gotten Cam? Yeah, I got Cam this year.
Yeah. How'd that go?
It went good.
Just quick.
We're 2 big guys, and we hit pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty hard hit.
Is he now? He doesn't weigh more than you.
No, he does not.
But he's
a big fella. But he can move. I mean, the guy, he's an incredible athlete. There's no doubting.
Is he bigger than Roethlisberger?
I don't know. I think you'd have to look up the stats. Literally, I don't know the answer. But I think Ben may be just a touch taller. But I don't know. They're both very difficult to bring down. In my rookie year, I had 2 wide open sacks on Ben. Missed them both. Got out. He was. You
whiffed on him?
Absolutely. That was my rookie year and like my first. I think it was like my 4th game. Bill Kolar, not a JJ Watt fan that day. Not a JJ Watt fan. Yeah. No, he did not like that.
And Ben doesn't move. He slides.
No, he didn't move a whole lot. I think
just enough.
He ducked on one of them, and then the other one I think he like half spun out, but he got out. And those would have been I believe those would have been my first 2 sacks in the league. I I can't remember if my first sack was before or after that game, but yeah, Ben got me pretty good.
I like that JJ came in and he had two things that he wanted to accomplish: smash Seton in the face with a pie, and also pour a pint of Guinness.
No, drink it.
Oh, you want to drink
I'll pour
it?
it? Yeah,
You'll
I'll pour it. Yeah, that's not the end goal, Dan.
Okay, so it's papajohns.com/guarantee for more information. Always great to see JJ Watt. Drew Brees will join us coming up next. If you want to go pour your pint of
absolutely.
Guinness, you can.
Thank you.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.